Have you ever felt like you're just constantly fighting a losing battle against, well, chaos? What if I told you the solution isn't in some self-help book, but in a physics textbook? Yeah, I know it sounds a little out there, but trust me, there's this powerful scientific idea that can help make everything, from your house to your job, run a whole lot smoother. All right, let's get into it.
You know the feeling. We all do. You see that one sock lying on the floor. You hear that maddening, constant drip of a leaky faucet from the other room. They're just these tiny, nagging things. And it's so easy to just write them off as, a part of life, another thing on a to-do list that never, ever ends. But what if they're not just chores? What if they're actually clues to something much, much bigger?
That's right. That sock isn't just a sock. It's a tiny little sign of entropy, a fundamental law of the universe that's playing out right there in your home. It's the official scientific name for the natural tendency of everything to slide from order into disorder, and it's happening all around us all the time.
So if we're going to figure out how to fight this thing, we first have to really understand the enemy. Let's take a closer look at the problem itself, the inescapable chaos of entropy.
Okay, so the core idea here is really simple. Entropy is all about energy loss. In physics, any organized system, whether it's a hot cup of coffee or a giant star, will naturally lose energy over time and break down into chaos unless you keep adding more energy. Your coffee gets cold, the star burns out. That's entropy in a nutshell.
Now, to bring this whole idea down to earth, let's use a really simple but powerful metaphor. I want you to imagine that your whole life, your home, your job, your relationships, all of it, is contained inside a single house. So, if your life is a house, then entropy is like a badly sealed window in the middle of winter. It's this small, constant drain of heat energy that makes the whole house less comfortable and less efficient. You end up having to crank up the furnace, spending more energy just to stay warm. That silent, constant drain, that's entropy at work.
And this idea applies to everything, from the really small stuff to the huge stuff. It starts with one sock on the floor, or a pile of dishes in the sink, but it grows into bigger problems, like clogged pipes. And at work, it shows up as those pointless meetings that drain everyone's energy, or a super confusing onboarding system that causes problems for new hires for months. They're all just energy leaks.
Okay, enough about the problem. It can feel a little depressing, right? This idea of a constant, universal slide into total chaos. But here's the really good news. Entropy has an opposite. It's time for you to meet your new secret weapon, negentropy.
And this is just such a cool concept. Negentropy is literally the force of order. It's the deliberate choice to put energy back into a system to reverse that slide into chaos. It's how we create structure, efficiency, and, purpose.
When you put them side by side, the contrast is so clear. Entropy means energy loss, chaos, and things falling apart. Negentropy means energy gain, order, and efficiency. It's not just about stopping the decay. It's about actively building something better.
So let's go back to our house metaphor. If entropy is the heat escaping through all those tiny cracks, then negentropy is you consciously going around, finding those leaks and sealing them up. It's picking up the sock. It's fixing the faucet. It's canceling the pointless meeting. It's the work you do to stop the energy loss.
This all sounds great in theory, but, how do we actually do it? How do we apply this in real life? Well, lucky for us, there's a practical 5-step plan for putting negentropy to work. Let's break it down.
All right, here's your roadmap. It's 5 steps. First, you find the entropy. You have to become a detective and hunt for those energy leaks in your life. Second, you prioritize the losses. You can't fix everything at once, so focus on the biggest, most annoying leaks first. Third, you come up with a real plan. How are you actually going to fix that thing? Fourth, you try it out and pay attention. Put your plan into motion and see what works and what doesn't. And finally, number 5, and this is the most important one, you learn to go beyond just fixing things, which leads us to our last big idea.
So, let's say you've gotten really good at this. You're finding and sealing the energy leaks. Your house is running way more efficiently. But what happens when you step back and realize the problem isn't a leaky window, it's the way the whole house was designed from the start?
This quote just nails it. The highest level of this thinking isn't just patching leaks. It's stepping back and asking, is the system itself, the status quo, fundamentally flawed? Is this whole thing designed to leak energy?
And this is the ultimate trap, right? You can become incredibly good at maintaining a completely broken system. You could be perfectly fixing the leaky faucets on the Titanic. The real challenge is to have the guts to question the entire ship.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. It's easy to spot the socks on the floor. It's much, much harder to see the invisible systems in our lives that are creating the mess in the first place. So take a look around. What system in your life, at home or at work, needs more than just a quick patch?